In today's video, we are going to start a new chapter, that is chapter number 5, Arithmetic Progression. So let's start. Now to understand this chapter, first we need to know about some terms. They are sequence and series. Okay, so the first one is sequence. Sequence is some numbers arranged in definite order according to a definite rule. So it says that sequence is a set of numbers which are arranged in a definite order, and there is also a rule between that. Suppose I have numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and so on. Now this is a sequence of number and I can see that which type of number they are. They are even numbers. It's a sequence which has a definite order, that it will go in this pattern only. Now coming to the second term, that is series. Now what is series? Suppose I have A1, A2, A3, AN as a sequence. The sequence has the number with the symbol comma between them. Now if I add all these numbers like this, A1 plus A2 plus till AN, then it becomes a series. So that means if I take this sequence, then 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10 plus so on till the end, it will be a series. Now we have two type of series. The first one is in finite series and the second is infinite series. What is a finite series? By the name you can see that it has finite word in it. So it's a series in which have finite number of terms. Suppose if I end this series at 20. Okay, these are even numbers till 20. It is my finite series, and if I take infinite series, it will have infinite number of terms. So it will be my this one, 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 and so on. It never ends. So first thing is sequence, that is numbers arranged in definite order and definite pattern. Then series is the sum of that sequence, and there are two type of series. Now coming to our main topic, that is the title of this chapter, Arithmetic Progression. Now what is arithmetic progression? A sequence in which each term differs from its preceding term by a constant number is AP. AP is arithmetic progression. Now what it says that, first of all, arithmetic progression is a sequence in which all the numbers will be arranged in a certain order, and it will have a certain rule also. They will be arranged by using some rule. Now in arithmetic progression, that rule is that each term differs from its preceding term by a constant number. So for example, I have this sequence 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, 19, 22 and so on. Okay, this is the example. Okay, now what it says that each term differs from its preceding term. That is, suppose I am taking this term and its preceding term will be 4. Now the difference between them is 7 minus 4, that is 3. And then take 10, its preceding term is 7 and difference between them is again 3. Similarly, take their difference, it will be 3. Then their difference 3, 3 and 3. Okay, so you can see that there is a pattern in this sequence, that every number differs by 3. Okay, now this is the example of an AP, that is arithmetic progression. What it says that each term differs from its preceding term by a constant number. Constant number means that a same number will be repeated. Okay, the difference between two consecutive terms, that is like these 4 and 7, 7 and 10, 10 and 13, the difference between these two consecutive terms will be a constant number, will be same. Now the constant term, which is the difference, that is my 3 in this example, is called the common difference. This is the name given to us, that first of all it is the difference between two terms. Secondly, it is common, that is it is same at each step. So it is called common difference, and each number in this sequence is called term. That is, if I have this sequence, this 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, 19, 22, these are my terms, and this 3, which is the difference between two consecutive terms, it is my common difference. Now, here are some terms that are related to AP. That is, whenever you will do any question related to AP, you will come across some terms or some symbols. So they are, suppose A1, A2, A3 till AN is my AP. Okay, so there will be 4 terms related to it. The first one is first term, then common difference, number of terms, and nth term. So first is first term. By the name it suggests that in an AP, the very first number written will be your first term. So if I see in this AP, A1 is my first term, so it is denoted by A1. Now second is common difference, which I told you earlier also, the difference between two consecutive terms. That is, if I talk about this question, it will be A2 minus A1 or A3 minus A2 or A4 minus A3. So you can see that I am taking the difference between two consecutive terms, and the difference should be from the right side to the left side. That is A2 minus A1. It should not be like A1 minus A2. Okay. So this is denoted by my D. This is my common difference. Now third is N. You can see that in this AP I have this N. That is my number of terms in the AP. That how many terms this AP have. And last is AN. AN means that is nth term. Now the value of AN keeps on changing. How? If I talk about 8th term, then it will be A8. If I talk about 10th term, it will be A10. Similarly, if I talk about 50th term, it will be my A50. So the values keep on changing for A, N, but this A1, D, they remain same. Now coming to our next topic, that is how to find terms of AP. Suppose in any question you are given that for an AP, A is this and D is also given, and you need to find the AP. Okay, so how you will find it? Now first of all, in the formulas which are related to this chapter, the first term is taken as A, but in the previous topic I took the first term as A1 because the AP was taken in that way only. AP was A1, A2, AN. So my first term for that particular AP was A1, but in the formulas related to this chapter, first term will always be taken as A. Okay, first term is A and common difference is D. Now suppose we need to find the second term. Okay, now what is my second term? If I think about the AP's definition, D is my A2 minus A1, right? D is my A2 minus A1. That is second term minus first term, it will be my D. So if I take this A1 on this side, then D plus A1 will be my A2. That is the sum of first term with the difference, I will get my second term. That is, if I keep on adding my difference to the term, I will get the next term. So this A2 is my second term and in this particular case, this A1 is my A. So my second term will be A plus D. Okay, that is first term plus D. Okay, now let's take third term. What will be my third term? Now third term will be found with the help of second term. So it will be my second term plus D. Okay, because my D is also A3 minus A2. Okay, it doesn't matter from which two numbers I am taking the value of D. The D will be same for any AP. But the thing is, the number should be consecutive. I cannot take the difference between the fourth term and the first term. That is not my D. I need to take the two consecutive term. That if I am taking fourth term, then I have to take the third term. If I am taking fifth term, then I have to take the fourth term to get my D. So similarly, D is also A3 minus A2, and I will take A2 on this side. A3 will be A2 plus D. That is second term plus D. Now similarly, my fourth term will be third term plus D. Okay, so this is the pattern. In the question, what can be asked that find the first four terms of the AP whose first term is A and common difference is D. Okay, so then how we will find the terms? We will keep on adding the D to the answer. Now let's do some questions that are related to our exercise 5.1. Okay, so there are basically three types of questions that are asked in this exercise. So the first one is check whether AP or not. That is, a sequence will be given to us and we need to show that whether it's an AP or not. Now always remember the definition of AP. AP is any sequence which has common difference between two consecutive terms. Okay, the difference should be same, and this is the only definition we are going to apply. That is, check whether AP or not, and the only way to check is find that whether the difference is same or not. So first of all, I will take these two terms. Okay, this is an example 2, 4, 8, 16 and so on. I need to show whether it's a AP or not. So first of all, I will take 4 minus 2. It will be my 2. Then I will take these two terms, 8 minus 4. This is my 4. And here I can see that the difference is not same, but still I am doing the last two terms also. That is 16 minus 8, which is equals to 8. I can see that these three numbers are not equal. 2 is not equals to 4, which is not equals to 8. Therefore, not an AP. It cannot be AP, and you can also write the reason for it. That is, the difference between two consecutive terms is not same. Now let's take another example. The pattern is same. That is, you can write here A2 minus A1, A3 minus A2, and this is my A4 minus A3. Okay. Similarly, I am going to do here. It will be A2 minus A1. First thing, second term minus first term. 5 upon 2 minus 2. I can take the LCM. Okay, so 5 minus 4 upon 2, that is 1 upon 2. Now let's take the difference between third term and the second term. 3 minus 5 upon 2, that is 6 minus 5 upon 2, that is again 1 upon 2. Okay, so the difference is same. Now let's take the third difference also, that is A4 minus A3. 7 upon 2 minus 3. This is 7 minus 6 upon 2, that is 1 upon 2. Again it is same. So I can say that yes, it is an AP Reason? Because it has a common difference. Okay, this is the first type of question in this exercise. Check whether AP or not, and you just need to find the difference between two consecutive terms, and always take the difference from this side to this side. Okay, otherwise the question will be wrong because the value of D will change in that case. Okay. Now coming to the second type of question in this exercise, that is find the terms of AP. Okay, now how to find the terms of AP when the first term A and the difference D is given. I have already told you the pattern how to do that. That is keep on adding D to the term. Okay, so first of all my second term is first term plus D. Okay, second term is first term plus D. So it will be 4 plus minus 3. That is 4 minus 3, 1. Okay, now third term will be second term plus D. Second term plus D. Now second term was my 1 which I obtained. So for 1 plus minus 3. 1 minus 3, that is minus 2. Now the fourth term will be third term plus D. So third term was which I obtained in the previous step, that is my minus 2 and then plus minus 3, that is minus 5. Now the question says find the first four terms and I have found them. The first term was already given and I have found the second, third and fourth term. And at the end write this in the form of a sequence or an AP, that is 4, 1, minus 2, minus 5 and so on. Okay. Now how to form the AP, or you can say how to find the terms of AP, that is keep on adding the value of D. Okay, this question can be asked in one more way, that is find the first four term of AP, or secondly they can ask form an AP. Okay, the questions are same but the statement is different. Find the terms of AP. In this you will find the terms and then write the answer in the form of AP, or they say form an AP, then also you need to do the same thing. Okay. Now coming to the third type of question in this exercise, that is write the first term and the common difference of the AP. Now this question is the exact reverse of the second type. In the second type, A and D were given and you need to find the AP. In this type, you are given the AP and you need to find the value of A and D. So that means it is the reverse of that question. Now first of all, finding the first term is very easy. You just need to look at the AP and the very first number will be your first term. Okay, so first term is, symbol of first term is A, which is 1 upon 3. Now finding the common difference. Now in the type 1 question, we have found the common difference by subtracting any two consecutive terms. So I will take the first and the second term. Okay. Now taking the first and the second term, D is A2 minus A1, that is 5 upon 3 minus 1 upon 3, that is 4 upon 3. This is my common difference. You can also find it by taking any other two consecutive terms. The answer will still be same. Let's see how. Now suppose D is also A3 minus A2. It is 9 upon 3 minus 5 upon 3. It is again 4 upon 3. Also by A4 minus A3. It will be 13 upon 3 minus 9 upon 3. It is again 4 upon 3. So I can see that D is same because it is given that it is an AP. In the question it is said that it's an AP. So obviously the difference will be same. So it doesn't matter by which two terms you are doing it, the term should be consecutive. Okay, by taking these two terms, my answer is 4 upon 3. These also give 4 upon 3 and these also give me 4 upon 3. So I can see that my difference is 4 upon 3 and my first term was 1 upon 3. So now let's take one more example. Now this is the question given to us and it is said that tell us whether it's an AP or not an AP. So you can see that this is the type 1 question. You need to show whether it's an AP or not. But you can see that the numbers are in the form of square roots and you are not able to subtract them. Because to tell whether it's an AP or not, you need to find the value of D, right? So you need to subtract it. But how will we subtract the numbers in the square root? Okay, how will we subtract root 8 and root 2? We cannot subtract two unlike square root parts. Okay, so first of all we will change them in their general form. Now root 2 will be root 2. We cannot change it. But root 8 can be changed by prime factorization. It will be my like this. Now 2 has the pair form, so it will come outside and 1, 2 will remain inside. So this is my 2 root 2. Now coming to root 18, it will be my 3 root 2 and it will be my 4 root 2. You can check it by finding the prime factorization. Root 18 will be 3 root 2 and root 32 will be 4 root 2. Now find the value of D. A2 minus A1 is 2 root 2 minus root 2. Now I can subtract them. It will be root 2. Okay. Now then A3 minus A2. This is 3 root 2 minus 2 root 2. Again 3 minus 2 it will be 1. So again it is root 2. Now similarly for the third time A4 minus A3, 4 root 2 minus 3 root 2. That is again root 2. So I can see that the values which we get after subtraction, they are same at each step. So that's why I can say that it is an AP because they have same difference. Yes, it is an AP. Now coming to the next example, write the first term and the common difference for this AP. Now this is the type 3 question. Now you can see that first term is very simple to find, that is the very first number in the AP. That is my A, it will be 0.6. Now coming to the value of D, D is found by subtracting two consecutive terms. So D will be 1.7 minus 0.6. It will be 1.1. And you can see that if I even subtract these two terms, my answer will be 1.1. And for these two terms, it will be 1.1 again. So you don't need to find it for all the numbers. You just find it for the first one. Okay. Now coming to the next example, form the AP with A equals to minus 1 and D equals to 1 by 2. Now this is the second type of question. So my second term will be first term plus my D. Taking the LCM, it will be minus 1 upon 2. Now A3 is A2 plus D. That is minus 1 upon 2 plus 1 upon 2. This is my 0. And A4 will be A3 plus D. That is 0 plus 1 upon 2. That is 1 upon 2. Now it says form the AP. So you should find at least 3 terms so that the question looks proper. So the answer will be AP is minus 1 upon 2, 0, 1 upon 2. Don't forget to write the first term. AP is not starting from minus 1 upon 2. It is starting from minus 1. Okay. First of all, find A2. by adding A and D. A3 is A2 plus D, A4 is A3 plus D, and you will form the AP. So these were the basic questions, basic concepts related to AP. So I hope you understand today's topic. Keep practicing and thank you.